Hey, what's up tonight, everybody? So, yeah, here we go. It's Friday night again at 8 o'clock, and we're ready for another show. This week, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be kind of making fun of and looking at some like different bootleg Star Wars stuff. Yesterday was May the 4th. Today is, what do they call it? Revenge of the 5th. So that's what we're doing today. But if you think about it, bootleg figures are probably like the original custom action figure. So I'm not going to waste too much time getting people in here tonight. So my first guest, you've seen him before. He was on my last bootleg show. We got Viva Scott Davis. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Good. So everybody kind of knows that we've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
Collect toys, trade back and forth. Hopefully you're gonna find me that Tiger Force Duke in the cycle tomorrow in Buffalo.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a better toy hunt than last time when I went down to Buffalo. So
yeah. Well, I went out for a bit of a Toys R Us one today, and it was so weird. The one on Warcliffe and Dundas had completely different prices, but who knows what's up with that, right?
Yeah, the price.
So my next guest, I've also known him for a while. Definitely bought some stuff off him. He kind of trades, sells toys, does all that kind of stuff. So everybody, please welcome Simon. How's it going, man?
Doing well. How are you, gentlemen?
Good. How are you doing, Simon? Good to see you.
Excellent. Good to see you, Scott. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. This is your first time on. Is there anything you want to like plug your page or do anything cool before we get going here?
Nothing cool specifically. Happy to be here and talk about toys. People can hit me up for any toy related questions or any wish lists at Relics and Retro on Instagram and Relics and Retro on Facebook. We'll put a link in the description when the video is all done.
All right, cool. Yeah, so 3D Vintage could not make it tonight. And I'm gonna have another guest on here in a couple minutes, just kind of when he shows up in the chat down or in the back room there. But so the first thing we're gonna kind of talk about is so we're talking mostly sci-fi Star Wars bootlegs tonight, and I actually did a little bit of research before this one, and it was amazing when I found out that what I think really drove like this bootleg thing in the beginning was just the lack of toys when the movie came out. Like I watched that documentary Empire of Dreams again today, which I've seen like 50 times, but do you guys kind of agree with that, or do you have maybe a different take on how these bootlegs got so popular, like even back in the 70s?
Well,
yeah, I mean, it go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's hard to say. Like I know that for Star Wars and specifically, they were way behind the gun in terms of getting a manufacturer on board. So they did that whole mail away thing for the first bit there, and people didn't get their figures for like 6 months after, and sent in a little card and got a card in the mail. But I think a big part of it was the manufacturing and people pulling stuff from the countries where they had the manufacturing set up, which still happens now.
Well, there wasn't really like for instance, you had some brands and there was really no laws. Like it's almost legendary when I looked into it, how many times George Lucas actually sued somebody after like the toys came out and the movie came out. Like he probably had a full team of lawyers, like just rocking it all the time
for a while until they, did that screw up in the 90s and let the license lapse, and then went back to
yeah. We'll maybe touch on that too a bit later. But okay, so 3D Vintage couldn't make it out tonight, so so here is when Zilla's gonna fill in for him.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? So we got playing with 3.75s in the chat tonight. How's it going, man? So yeah, thanks for everybody that's come out tonight and checking out the stream. And as I was saying before, so getting into these different companies that kind of filled that gap, there was that this crazy line from Turkey, the Uze figures.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're pretty notorious, but like these are like, I'm sure like it's actually kind of a neat idea. Like you're obviously just taking a head and painting it gold. But like I said in the intro, these are almost like the original like custom figures, but they were put out in like mass retail, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never actually laid eyes on one in real life. I've only ever seen them online, and for Star Wars bootlegs, those definitely would be considered a grail item by many collectors or by many bootleg collectors for sure. I mean, look at the production quality there that they did. I mean, for bootlegs, like if you compare to what you're seeing now from places like Wish, where your bootleg figure just comes in a clear piece of cellophane. Like, look at that! Like they did cover art, they renamed them, they gave them backstories. Like they took some time and effort on this, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Well, and I thought it was really funny too with these things. Like you can tell, like the backgrounds are just like they set up the figures and just like, what's that? Like a manila envelope they're standing on with the Uze logo. Like
It's amazing.
it's like, I don't know. Like some of this stuff just baffles me that like obviously it was Turkey and there was like they got around the laws and stuff like that, so they could just kind of hammer out like whatever they wanted. But even this Chewbacca, like look at his like eyes and stuff. And he's almost got that 01010 like robot code written on him. And then
Amazing.
someone's gotten their like aquarium decorations out to fill in the backing card there.
You got to give them points for
I love
creativity. Yeah.
But
I
it's
love it.
and it's like an example. And then I think the best one though is kind of what I saw first. Like, dude, he's like rocking a regular calculator. Like it's like a legit 1980s calculator.
It's unapologetically bad.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And
I love it.
Oh, dude,
I wonder.
it's so good.
I wonder if we can find out who did these Toy shots, like for these, like for these card backs. I wonder if there's a way to find that out. That'd be cool to see if they had like an Instagram or something. Like that would be really cool.
Well, I don't know after what was it, 40 years, 30 years? I don't
Maybe
know.
though, or someone has to know about this.
Someone always knows a little bit about something, and then
Yeah.
I'm guessing with this line though, there'd probably be like folklore being handed down from.
Oh, that'd be
father to
so
son,
dope,
you know?
dude.
Yeah.
My friend's uncle's cousin was the guy, and he was the
Yeah.
janitor, and
Oh
he
my
had a
god,
camera.
I figure we need to mission to Turkey to find out.
that'd
You know
be
what?
so awesome.
Someone probably saw that and was like, that's where my calculator went. like a straight up legit, like just a 1980s, like whatever calculator. But and
Crazy.
and that's the nice, and what you were saying about that, like it's back then it wasn't as easy as like just going on a printer, mocking something up and printing it off on cardstock, right? Like these guys actually had to put some like probably fairly serious effort into getting that done.
Yeah, rather than just ripping something and printing it off. Like I know I bought one of those knockoff NECAs, Batman '89 off of eBay,
yeah.
and they're just straight the Toy Biz card back, right? So it's just a simple scan. Like what they're doing with those Uze ones, it's actual kind of low rent photo setup and doing the whole thing and getting props to do the getting a calculator out of the next room, but still. A for effort.
Yeah, no doubt.
It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen some of the movie posters that come out of like South America where they didn't get the actual movie posters and it was some artist's rendition of what it should be. Yeah. They're just phenomenal. And it kind of, I liken it to that because like some of the liberties they took and the creativity that they used for whatever they had around them, right? That was great. And it looks the part. At first glance, you don't really notice it, but then, when you have that longer look, it's something to behold.
Well, it's the same like the Eastern Euro posters for Star Wars are phenomenal, and like the artwork on them is just incredible. There's like a crazy sort of propaganda vibe to them, which is pretty apropos for the Empire. But yeah, they're pretty incredible too. I think a lot of people prefer those even over the Drew Struzan stuff and everything else.
Oh, absolutely, and I can just picture like somebody going to the office and grabbing a calculator and grabbing like an envelope with their company logo on it. And then someone runs over and grabs a fish tank and like just dumps the fish out. So we can have the little like coral reef and the palm tree out of the bottom.
They probably didn't know that they were, accidentally creating like a cult following toy packaging, right?
Yeah.
And that was funny too. Like I was checking prices on eBay.
I was just gonna ask that. Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them, like I think that Blue Stars went for like $16, and then like carded, and it depends. It's eBay, right? So it's all whack, anyways.
Mhm.
But and then I went down, and a loose Uze Stormtrooper like had a sold listing of like $1,000,
What?
and it was so random. Like
Yeah,
I was just
easily.
like, and I don't use eBay too much anymore because like I think it's just nuts on there, right?
So
But
what can you get them for then? Anywhere?
yeah, just jump on eBay, and like some of them are like dirt cheap, and some of them are like what? Like
I so want one now. Damn
yeah,
it.
well, it was
Oh,
like
watch. Well, you're gonna
this
look
one.
for it, and it's gonna be like the $1,600 for one.
This one was like hilarious when I saw the picture. And
That's
this one goes
beautiful.
for a few bucks, man. He's the special. It must be special guy. He's hombre
Yeah.
especial. Oh, and
Mexico represent.
he's articulated. But
That's
and that's the
amazing.
thing. Like Mexico just hammered these bootlegs out too. Like there's like so much stuff that came like in Masters of the Universe, like Thundercats, blah blah blah. Like
They did-
Silverhawks. Yeah.
They had some Ranger stuff too, like Power Ranger knockoffs, and they were
Oh
awful.
yeah.
I forgot what they were called though, but they were so awful. But they're really cool. Like they're like luchador rangers. It was crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I might still have some somewhere, but they're in a pack still somewhere. I don't know where, but I have them. It's crazy.
Well, that's the thing too. Like you get some like okay knockoffs, and then you get those like just horde ones. But I was surprised when I was doing a bit of research on this video. I was like, it actually like bleeds into like the modern age of Star Wars. Like, what's a Star Wario? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I've touched on it before in our bootleg videos, but like that's not fooling anybody. Like, I would spot that a mile away.
Mhm.
I love it.
Back in the day, my mom would have picked that up for me and been like, "We've got Star Wars at home," and it's like, "No, we've got lead
Exactly.
poisoning at home right now." So
We
Well,
have
now
Star Walls.
Star Wario or whatever that is.
Would have come from Byway
yeah,
or Zellers or
Well,
no,
and-
Zellers probably would have had more legit.
yeah, Stedman's maybe or
Yeah.
Bergen
Oh,
Harrel's.
Galaxy Empire. Now that's when I find a Dollarama from time to time, and those are
Exactly.
beautiful as well.
Well, and that's
Oh my
actually
gosh.
that's the power of the Force Snuva or Chewbacca and Bounty Hunter disguise mold.
Wait, these are
That's
$1?
gorgeous.
Yeah, man.
Well, 4 now, but you know,
Yeah,
inflation's
4.
a killer.
Oh no, he's American. We're all Canadians. We pay too much. For stuff
Oh,
out
there
here.
you go. Yeah,
So down
You guys
there,
are-
it's probably like
You get
50
murdered.
cents or something.
Oh, okay, sweet. That's great. So I'll send them to you guys. It's
Yeah.
great.
Take 'em,
Oh yeah.
cases of them. Well, it's
All
funny.
right, I
'cause,
need links to all this stuff when we're done because I will forget all of this. I'll have to watch it back.
oh my
This is
God,
awesome.
a killer
That's
right there.
beautiful right there. There's so many of those floating around.
Oh, I know. I've seen these so many times in the wild. Like you'll go and like look through a guy's like he's selling off his Phantom Menace figures, and you're leafing through, and you're like, "Hey, did you see this one?" And sometimes they have no idea. They just.
Well, it was funny. I remember a few years ago, like going back to Dollarama, I went in and I found a bunch of 2-packs of Star Wars figures, and the sculpts looked like trash. And I thought, oh, look at Star Wars is, you know, they got the bootleg Star Wars figures in Dollarama, and they were all like the more recent ones. And turns out, no, they're legit. They're just garbage.
Yeah.
You know,
Like the Force Link figures.
no, it was before that.
Those
They
are
had, like,
legit,
Okay.
and those are
They-
garbage. Those 5 POA things where you
yeah.
was it the same where you put on a wristband and you like the guys
Well,
like
they had those ones before they got
Yeah.
those ones in. They had the 2-packs, and it was like the Stormtrooper Luke with the helmet and
Oh,
Leia, and their heads were like all mashed. So I was
oh
thinking,
beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Factory
They're like-
seconds.
yeah, and they were like
Yes.
$2, I think. And so like I bought a couple just for extra lightsabers, but
Yeah.
they were god awful. And I still see them all the time thrifting.
oh, and it's funny too because
Amazing.
I always made that joke that like with some of these bootlegs, like someone's got to be like shooting somebody in China, like whatever, $100 and sneak like we're gonna fire up the factory at night and just crank out all these like garbage figures. But
Mhm.
it just like completely baffles me, and like the way they do the names and stuff, like this is ridiculous. RT3PO, like
Love it.
Like, They just don't
But they're
care.
they're so bad that it's good. Like, how could you not like that?
Oh, absolutely. Like that guy looks like I don't know, like a skinned predator body or something. Like he's like just
He's seen some
strange.
hard times.
This one's the best. Little girl.
Little girl.
Oh,
They're not far off. You know,
No, they really aren't.
young Anakin was a bit awful. So
But he's just like he's wearing this like World War II German
oh,
like
that's so
uniform.
good.
Yeah. And then what's with the backpack? Is that a parachute? Because he's got to like just jump and escape this awful toy line he's in, or what? Like,
That's so bad. Oh.
it is so bad. But like, just
Oh.
it just
My dog,
baffles me. It's like,
my dog thinks I'm crying.
oh,
Sorry, buddy.
it's going to console you over the bad knockoffs.
Oh man.
well, and then
He-
Scott sent me these pictures, and it was like these guys are just like kind of floating out in the wild. Like that looks like just something that like it's like the worst customizer on earth tried to make that figure or something. Like I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Like a friend of mine got a big lot of random stuff in, and there was this box of 3 bootleg looking figures in there. And like there's one looks like a stormtrooper, and then these other 2 that I think are like ATST drivers, knockoffs. But like the first one, like I've been looking into them a little bit, but that first one's got that very like Polish vibe to it with the
Mhm.
clear sort of almost beeswaxy looking plastic for the legs and the torso, which is, you know, you get a lot of that out of the sort of Polish bootlegs. So I'm trying to figure out where these guys came from, but like they're just like cheap paint, you know, stinky plastic, the whole bit.
Stinky
That's awesome.
plastic. That's awesome. It looks like he was just like left in a room, or someone was just happened to be painting with white paint, and he like accidentally got splattered or something.
Yeah.
Looks like whiteout. Somebody was playing around with whiteout for sure.
Probably. They probably sniffed it before they made this figure. That's why I think
Good
it's
old
going
liquid paper.
on. But yeah, like getting back, like Star Wars is probably what you think, arguably like the probably most knocked off thing next to Masters of the Universe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. No, well, next to like
Transformers, maybe.
superhero. Yeah, Transformers
Yeah, I was
as
gonna
well.
say-
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like maybe Superman type stuff, but or some
Mhm.
Spider-Man stuff I've seen, but
I don't even know what to say to that comment. I'm just like, what?
as I say,
Stinky like old
Stinky
screwdriver.
like old screwdrivers.
Not
Not that we
not
spend
too
a lot of
far.
time smelling old screwdrivers.
No,
I'm gonna have
maybe
to go.
maybe,
I gotta
maybe more
go check.
stinky like paint fumes and sadness, I think.
No doubt. No, I saw that. That's funny, man. I saw that comment. I was like, I gotta go out and smell my screwdrivers. I gotta make sure that they aren't stinky.
On the next episode,
On the next episode, I smell my screwdrivers.
there
It's
you
like-
go.
Storage wars
you
or something.
now you got to make like a 1 minute short this week and put it up.
Stinky screwdrivers.
Just like
I think you
Nelson.
found a whole new revenue stream for
Ooh.
Patreon or
With a paywall, yeah, son.
Yeah. Well, I'll make it like storage wars where I'll like go to check out the screwdrivers, but there's 2 like vintage Indian motorcycles under a tarp in the back of the
Oh.
room, and I just drive out of the room. Yeah. But anyways, this next one too, I thought was hilarious. This is like sexy Luke.
love it.
Oh my gosh.
Like he's
So-
That
wearing
is it looks like the power of the Force sculpt.
totally, yeah.
But it's
It's
more
Luke
like
after he met Venom.
In my world, there's a picture, like a portrait, a painting of Han Solo in like a weird thong type thing with a sword, and it's like a crazy vibe, and no one's ever caught it in any of my pictures, and it's
That's
crazy.
hilarious. Yeah,
Like, no,
there's some stuff I've put in my setups too, where it's just like I can't believe somebody didn't catch that.
yeah, like
Like-
there's like this cathedral, like who did the I forgot what it's
Sistine
called.
Chapel.
Yeah, that's in there, and there's like in the inside the X-wing hangar. Like it's crazy,
Nice.
and no one's ever caught it. It's in a few pictures, but yeah, I'll have to take some and like point it out. Be like, it's right here.
It's right there.
You
But,
highlighted it.
Simon, you've actually got some in-hand samples. Do you want to show us?
I do, but they're not specific to Star Wars. So sadly, I don't actually have
Well-
any Star Wars bootlegs, but I do have some sci-fi bootlegs from a wide array. Wide array. Well, we all know our favorite Motu insect crossover, Calico Sectors, right? So that's always a good one. But so this is a legit one. But then I happened to get these ones, and I believe these are made by Soma, but they're not marked. But these are the bootleg versions, single, or I guess dual points of articulation. That's it. Very close as far as like they really tried. Like you can see what they were going for here. But I had to get them again because they were so awful, right? Like I'm not gonna leave those behind. They're amazing.
And that's the thing with some bootlegs. Like it's we've seen ones in the past where you see it at a show or somewhere, and it's so terrible you just have to have it. Like
Yeah.
I think you know what I mean.
It's like falling in love with that wonk-eyed looking Chihuahua at the pound with its tongue hanging out that is ugly as heck, but you can't look away from it, and you want to bring it home just because it's so mangled looking.
That's the dog I got.
Well, see, there you go.
Not a Chihuahua, but a big dumb bully, American bully, and his tongue was out in the picture. And we're like, that's the one. And he's a dope. He's dumb.
But
so then go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, actually, when it's cool that you show those Sectors knockoffs, because that's like something I never really thought about. It wasn't really on my radar of like KO toys.
So cool, dude.
I guess nothing is.
They're awesome.
I love that chest armor they've got. That's actually, I think, a little cooler than the Sectors.
I mean, I do like the Sectors, and I have quite a few of them, and I enjoy them. But it's I don't know. I guess probably if I had to choose between keeping the real ones or the bootlegs, I'd probably keep the bootlegs, knowing that my chances of finding these ones are probably harder now than getting the legit ones. And so I managed. I've got one of the original like RoboCop.
Oh man!
You got a Robert Cop?
Is that Robert?
So this is a real. This is Orion. This is legit licensed right here. So I got two examples of that really nice one. So I have this is Galactic Man from Radio Shack. So this one they were very bold and ripped this off. So it is branded on the back. Sorry, I don't know if I can get it in there.
Oh my god!
Galactic Man with
that
his
is
multi
beautiful.
sounds that are on there. He's gorgeous.
Does it work?
Okay, so I haven't thrown any batteries in this one. I don't generally keep batteries in them for the most part, just to make sure.
I mean, like let's say you bought it and like it actually makes sound. Like that's one of its gimmicks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
That is amazing. And then so the first example that I showed you there of the RoboCop. Now I don't have Robert Cop, but I think you'll find this one equally as appealing. This is Mobile Cop.
Oh, nice.
They didn't even spell like mobile right. That's like more like the gas company. Does he run on the their fuel or
with
something?
His gold crotch.
Wow.
Let me tell you some of his features. He has eyes with lamp. and it says here that he is able to change attitude freely.
Ooh.
So
Hey.
I mean that's great.
No censorship for him. No,
Four
sir.
sounds. He makes a police car siren, steps, speaking, and a gun firing. So I mean I think these are all worthy things to have on there. Like I love the box art. I love that they've completely ripped off the poster.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
I love
stellar.
this.
He's probably got a different like what do they call it, a catchphrase? He's like, come with me or there will be consequences.
The box art is amazing. Like
the
amazing.
It's great. I love the talking lips on there.
Oh my god.
Those are some like big juicy lips he's got, eh?
And eyes with lamp. Let's
see those lips again, Simon. Those are wild, man. Those are like
what nice lamps you have.
What nice lips you have.
Beautiful. And he does come with an Auto 9, so that's pretty cool.
Oh my God.
I managed to get along the lines of sci-fi. Plush was another thing that was highly bootlegged. So at the height of the ET craze, we have here
I was
a
wondering if
planet
that was
animal.
ET. Planet
That is
animal.
a planet
Oh my
animal.
God.
And they had
Yeah.
like complete backstories. There's like artwork and stuff on the inside. Again, another situation where they really took their time and created, some interesting artwork. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it properly.
My mind is
And
blown.
they have also all backstories on there. There's some stuff. This is an example of what I was telling you about from Wish. We've got Terror Corpse, and as you can see, zombie come in, assault, terror, escape. So I think that tells you all you really need to know. And the paint jobs are absolutely atrocious, but that's half the appeal.
Actually, if you were doing like an post-apocalyptic like world
That'd
build
be so
kind of thing,
perfect.
those would
Oh,
be
yeah.
awesome. Because you could
Oh,
touch
you
what-
them
could
up
you
with
could
paint.
easily customize these, and like
Oh,
the
yeah,
bases
dude.
for them are nice. The sculpts are nice. The paint job is hurried and careless, but
So
I mean you
they're
kind of expect
McFarlane
that.
then.
Nicely done.
Not McFarlane.
The
Whoops.
the last that I've got for you guys. This is a beautiful one here. This is the Special Styles Hero. Box art includes such gems as Man of Steel,
Zorro. Nice.
Zorro, who is not in the package, as well as the Power Rangers. Now we have a nice mix of DC and Marvel represented here: Batman, Superman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Venom. Again, fantastic box art at the back of characters who are not in there. And my favorite is where it says here, person.
Oh my
Person.
Just
God.
person.
Simply
my
amazing.
God. This is
That
incredible.
is so good.
You
Maybe
should get that
Zorro-
graded.
This
they
is-
all literally have the same buck. with
This is the
different
best toy cast I've ever seen. I've ever watched in my life, and I'm
I
on
want to
it.
watch that movie.
You're living it, man.
I'm
You're
just
living it.
discovering I have one last one here, which falls within the superheroes as well as
Ooh.
Transformers. We have an unlicensed Batmobile, which at a moment's notice transforms into this Batman.
Oh,
Oh
that's actually
man,
pretty cool.
that's
man.
rough. That's kind of
Is-
rough. I don't know.
Well, it's rough.
Yeah,
looking,
but
but
I
could you
want that
imagine if they
badly.
did like?
Oh,
Imagine if they
look at his,
did that like
look at
good.
his thing there.
I don't think I'm not a
Something.
fan of that one. I'm a fan of
No.
everything but that one.
Oh, I like this
As
one.
an '89 Batman fan, I kind of need that.
Well,
I
that's-
want more. I want
and
more
that's-
out of that toy. I'm just
that's what I
saying.
was
Now,
thinking,
this
like-
one is from my personal collection.
Yeah.
But what appeals to me is like it's like a Batmobile that turns into a robotic Batman. And I
Yeah.
spoke a bit too soon there because by the time you kind of zoomed in and I saw his arms doing this like I am a robot.
His
But,
face looks like a cat though, or like something. Hang on, I don't know if I can get in
yeah,
there.
it looks like something.
I don't know. It's more like Michael Keaton's likeness than the Toy Biz figure had. So
The Toy Biz was awful.
And you are just
Or-
digging
or
into them
shit.
tonight. Just yeah.
Yeah. Just shanking
But I
those
still
toys.
have it.
Well,
But
no,
that's all I've got for the bootlegs so far. But I don't keep a lot of bootlegs on there unless they're like absolutely tragic like these ones, in which case I have to get them.
That's
Because
amazing.
if I don't, someone else will.
Well, and that's the thing too with these bootleg toys. Like you find them all over the place. And the thing that I found funny was these ones that are just like so like what?
Stick bang, amazing,
That's got so many implications. Like it's just like
love it.
what is this thing for? Is this a lightsaber? Is this like is that
Is
his
it a
name?
wand?
Is that
Yeah.
his name? Maybe that's his name. I am Stick Bang. But it's obviously I'm not sure what language that is. It's
I'm
got to
so
be like
torn on
Korean
this.
or
That's
This makes
incredible.
This makes me feel weird. I can't stop staring at it though.
I think I found my next tattoo.
Oh, dude, I will pay for it, dude. Let's do this.
That's a full
This is
back piece
beautiful.
right there.
That's a full back piece
Full
for sure.
No, chest piece,
No,
man.
that's a neck
Chest.
piece, bro.
Oh, neck.
Dude,
I'll
a
get it across
collar.
the stomach like Tupac.
We don't do the
No,
whole
just
picture. We could just do it, crop it a little, you know.
maybe just do stick bang right up lower torso. Okay, we're getting a little bit.
He almost looks like a cross between like Starbuck and like one of the guys that drives the Lions in Voltron.
No, I was gonna say Gotcha Man, like Battle of the Planets.
No, we make it worth it. We all four get that mural, but in different sections on our arms.
You know, it
And then
makes
There we
sense
go.
when
Like,
we're
only
together.
when we're together it'll make sense.
Like
like
the
Like we're
Simpsons
living
when they all
mad
had
fold
the,
in.
what was the Simpsons one? In the Simpsons, they all had the hellfish tattoo.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll get
that's the
one
way
like
we gotta do it.
right on our forehead. Stick bang.
Oh, it's so good.
But it's funny too, because and then you get into these other lines too, and it's like, all right, you want some like, I enjoy building with brick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
Yeah.
just look at it for
Bug's
like,
Life?
if you, yeah, brutal. Like, check. It's not like, does anything about this remind you of Star Wars at all?
There's stars in the background. That's
Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. But I mean, Lego brought that on themselves with the prices they're charging for sets
yeah.
for the cost of their licensing. So they kind of they created this market. Now I don't know. That's amazing. I don't. What is that? Like a space cricket? I don't even know what that is, but it's awesome.
I
I'm
love it.
assuming he's the hero of the story, though.
Well,
Yeah.
there's
So,
another
like,
one in the background there.
Stick bang is still my favorite. So
Stick bang is fantastic.
Maybe it's a space cricket.
you need to keep that on your board for future episodes, so you can pop it up whenever.
Stick bang. Kind of like Dom does with
We
the
got
no-brainer.
merch. We got merch.
We got merch. Stick bang.
Should we form a band called Stick Bang?
Oh my gosh! Yes.
Hardcore like New York punk band was
All
called.
about bootleg toys.
That would be our name, Bootleg Toys. That's so good. Not taken anywhere.
No doubt. I'm like totally. It's got to be a boy band though.
Cover all
But-
90s boy bands.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Timbo Toys is here. Hey, bro, what's going on, man? We're just like, yeah, I'm like kind of red
What's
the
up?
cheeks here, like losing my oxygen from like having to laugh at these ridiculous toys right now. This
is
hilarious, man. And then okay, these ones are like so freaking ugly. I'm gonna put it up, and you guys can like absorb it.
Here we
Absorb
go.
it. Like,
Okay, hit me. I'm
absorb
ready.
it
I'm
like a
ready.
stain.
What do we got?
Oh my. Oh my.
Now,
Oh
see,
baby.
this is again like we talked about in the first one. This is where you're moving from bootleg into like the artisan markets and
Yes, exactly
Yeah.
right.
like not healing
like-
per se, but like there's a lot of people doing weird, like interesting things with
Man.
the products.
Or like
It's awesome.
what's that one guy? Obvious Plant. He
haven't
always
seen
like take. Oh, he makes really weird bootleg toys. Like maybe it's just the leg of a Barbie in a bag, and he does amazing
Okay.
art with it, and then he plants it in a store on a shelf. So he actually puts it
No.
on the peg, and it's there with the rest
Nice.
of the products.
No, that's
Nice.
awesome.
I've
That's
always
awesome.
thought about doing that with a customer or something, like just taking it in and like putting it in a store and like, but you would never find out if anybody found it. Like you would have to like,
I don't
just
know if you watch like if there's a few Instagram accounts of Swap
Yeah.
the Fig and
Swap
that
the
sort of
fig,
thing,
yeah.
where people will document it. I've sent in a bunch of things where I've found like cheapo dollar store transformers swapped out for legit ones, and
Mhm.
it's super common through like especially Walmart now, and so you might see it pop up, and then you can take credit when it happens.
well,
There you
and
go.
I
One
found-
of your watchers just put up the information about Obvious Plant up in the chat there. If you Google them, you'll find some incredible creations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never even heard of them, but it's like, so even now, like I find like the stores that I'm finding bootlegs in are in places like in Canada, we have like Giant Tiger. Like, are you guys still seeing bootlegs, like dollar store kind of thing? Like,
I am. There's actually like a Family Mart dollar or some stupid named thing, like a one-off, not a chain one, that's just down the street from me, and they have the Star Wars ones, not the Galaxy Heroes ones that we were showing, but there's ones of Darth Vader, and he's got like a, almost like a keyboard on his chest. And I mean, I can go down there in a second and drop $4 and grab it, and it's just hilarious that they're still floating around. But they're moving out of the sort of more larger dollar stores, like Dollarama doesn't really carry as much of that anymore. It's now moving into the sort of lower tier chains of dollar stores, which is weird to say, but.
Well, and Simon, you kind of deal more in like you buy toys, trade them, sell them, do whatever. Are you still coming across like a big bounty of bootlegs, or is it kind of fizzling out?
It's never usually a bounty, because like what you'll find, like if you get somebody's collection, you buy somebody's Transformer collection, you're probably going to find a few GoBots in there, or some off-market Diaclones or something like that. If you buy GI Joes, you're going to find some Leonard Corpse figures in there. Or if you buy, a Motu collection, you're going to find Sun Gold and Galaxy Warriors, and anything by Soma that might show up on there as well. So that's where I generally find it is, somebody, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle doesn't really know anything about it and just knows that they like, transforming toys, or you'll find some bootleg Ninja Turtles or something like that. So that's where I tend to find it. I don't generally come across a large cache of bootlegs unless you're dealing specifically with somebody who is a bootleg collector. And in which case, if they are a bootleg collector, you're not usually going to pick up that collection for a song, because some of those now are much more rare. Because these companies, a lot of them were very fly by night. They were trying to maximize their opportunity to get cash out while a trend was hot. They popped up and then they disappeared, which sometimes affects the rarity of these bootlegs out there, and ends up, because they're not mass produced, making them a lot more highly prized, like the Uzes, or other types of bootleg figures that you can find out there. So I mean, it really, you're gonna find that can either drive the price up, or you end up not knowing a price for it at all, because it's so one of a kind, you have no clue what to gauge it at. But as far as like finding them in all in one spot, I don't generally do that, but I would love to one day. I'm sure there's an attic out there, or maybe there was a kid who got a ton of them on, Christmas or something, and they're in a crawl space in a basement somewhere. So that I still hold out hope that I might come across that one day, but I haven't just yet. Have any of you fellas ever come across that as well?
No, but you make a good point. Like they're, and we talked about this before, is there's
Very
either
rare.
the bootlegs that are sought after, or there's the sort of trash bootlegs that were coming out at the time. Again, going back to Motu, because it was probably the biggest push, and you get the ones like the Skull Man that we talked about in the first bootleg show, worth a ton of cash, but then you get those KO wrestlers that are worth just a couple bucks more than they were back in the day. So but I'm not seeing caches, like big loads in them either. Even at shows, there's still far fewer than the main lines, like the Motus and Transformers and GI Joes. So they just weren't as produced as much. And I don't think they were manufactured quite as well for the majority of them, so they broke and ended up in a trash can a lot quicker than a Masters figure.
Well, and that's where it's kind of unique. So like Wenzilla, like when you're obviously down south in the States.
Yeah.
Do you get these kind of resources? Like you're a world builder customizer too. So you would probably view these as a little bit differently than say like Simon or Scott would, where we would go in and see maybe a potential to improve the figure in some way. Like, do you have those stores down there, or is it pretty much like white?
Not really, no. I haven't seen them at all. Maybe when I was in Chicago, there's some of that, but a lot of the stuff looked pretty good. So it was hard to tell if it was a knockoff, if it was a knockoff or but that's about the only place I've seen it.
Oh, that's wild. But then you get into like getting back to like just cutting these figures up pretty bad. This one was hilarious. So this is like kind of like Fred from Scooby-Doo mixed with Chewbacca, I feel.
Oh,
Again, killer card art.
Yeah, the card
Like-
art is amazing.
I would disregard the toy and I would just be in it for the card. That looks like it's like Amigo size figure too.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Age.
definitely Amigo size, but it almost looks like he's wearing like an ascot and like beach pants or something like that. And I was just like, what?
that's amazing.
Like some of these are wild. Like that one wasn't as hilarious. But this is a picture Scott sent me, and I'm like, this pretty much covers like every kind of spectrum of like sci-fi you could possibly imagine.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the fantastic thing
Oh
about
my
those,
God,
I've
what
had both
happened?
the Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers in them, and what I loved about those is they have lips. Through their helmets, they have lips. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but both Darth Vader
No,
and the
no.
You
Stormtrooper
probably
have
don't want to zoom in on
visible
that.
mouth parts, and it's amazing.
Shut
What
up.
is it
What-
with bootleg toys and lips? Like bootleg toys and their lips. Like what's going on with these lips? I don't.
They're like, no, ours are faces. They have lips. They're not helmets.
Trying to avoid a lawsuit, like hey,
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little more different.
Mhm.
It's
Oh,
face
no.
paint.
Don't sue me hard.
My Darth Vader has lips. Like
Yeah.
he's different.
It's like
Lip
Destro.
Vader.
It's like
Yeah.
Destro. Like Destro.
Darth
has a
Vader.
silver head.
Lip Vader. I am Lip Vader. But and these next ones, these are the things that nightmares come from, man. I saw a picture of these and I was like it's like Children of the Corn, but like on Endor.
Oh, I don't like
Oh,
that.
good Lord.
I don't like that at all.
Ugh,
I love that.
that thing's creepy.
No.
Like look at their like teeth and their like
That's so
little beady
scary.
white eyes and stuff.
They're
They
like
are
zombie
scary.
Ewoks.
What
Zombie
happened?
walks. Like they're so ugly and gross. Like I was like, and these
Oh,
are
they're
They're
great.
Ewambies.
Ewambies. That's an even better name.
Merch.
Merch. This is fucking, and this one, like, look at these. Like, it looks like you
Come
like
on.
they're
No.
coming out of a cornfield or something.
no-
This
like-
is all
Yeah.
very uncomfortable. This is
Yeah,
it
so
is.
I
uncomfortable.
don't like this. It's because there's no eyeballs. There's it's just white voids, like straight in the soul.
the one guy down in the
Jeez.
bottom there looks like he has pupils, but it looks like he got hit in the head with a shovel or something. Like
This
I'm
is
not
kind of
sure.
scary. I feel like this is ghostly. This is
Yeah, I don't like this.
But would
Move
you
it on.
pass those up if you saw those in a bag of
I would
Goodwill? Would you pass
run.
them up?
100%.
I would
100%. They'd be
run.
in my hand, and I'd be at the cash register so fast.
I would absolutely be right there with you.
Yep.
because once you touch the bag, then it controls your soul because
Yeah.
they're haunted.
Yeah.
That's why.
It follows, yes.
dude, like that. Like Wenzel is right, man. That is so unsettling. I think I would seriously have to like consider picking these up if I saw them. Like they just
Yeah.
like they
I'm
look
gonna-
right.
Someone posed them and took this picture of those.
Dude, they look right into
Like
your
someone
soul.
did that.
Those
Like
are
someone
so
had
weird.
it. Oh man.
Those
They're
are
like
so
this. They
weird.
look good like this, all lined up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good idea.
And
I
the ones on
agree.
one hand is
Yeah.
one of them had a.
Party hooter here.
This is
Creepy.
awful.
I think on the other side of that picture should be a firing squad. Like seriously.
If someone sends those to my house, I'm finding you. Like, I do not want them. I do not want to be haunted.
No doubt. But
Oh
this,
man.
the next one here, I actually thought this one was really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is that like a model
Space
kit?
Warrior. Yeah.
I think it is a model kit. It's the Space
Oh,
Warrior.
that's so lovely.
Really?
He looks
Wow.
cool. I think he's awesome. I like it. What do you guys think of this thing?
It looks like there's a gun with it as well.
Oh, absolutely. You have to have a gun and a lightsaber.
The
in
super
space.
soaker?
A dual-ended lightsaber. Like that's fantastic.
It's like a police officer one. He's like, weir, weir.
Totally. He holds it above his head. He's like running to the crime.
runs
and they
around.
crash.
like Batman though, because he's in a Batman cape. So he's like,
Brilliant.
It looks like
Uh.
he's wearing like a somebody's shredder cosplay that they threw in the garbage because they didn't like it that much.
That's amazing.
And then the next one, when I thought sci-fi bootlegs, this line is like you can do it right or you can do it wrong, and I feel this is an example of wrong.
There's nothing wrong. That looks fantastic. Look at that.
They're related to those Ewoks. Look at those eyes. Like, ooh.
Those are
This is
amazing.
Planet of the Drunken Monkeys.
At least they've got pupils.
Yeah, no, give them that for sure.
But look at those.
Scary.
Like you could fit your head in that mouth. Like that mouth is like, ah.
Wow, those are great.
Like I don't wonder if they're rubber or plastic or what they are.
They look like they're.
Oh
they're
no, this is
They're-
getting worse,
No,
man.
those are the good, the Migos.
No,
Yeah, those are the
no,
Migos. Yeah,
These are actually apparently really close.
those are Migo bootlegs.
They're bootlegs. And they were
Wow.
called now I can't remember. See, I should write things down. They were like cosmic apes or something like that, or
Nice.
Those are good ones, though.
no, they
Looks
are like they are super good knockoff.
Man.
Those look legit. Cloth
Yeah.
goods.
It looks like village people in
articulated.
Star Wars, like rebels, like
The
mixed.
village people.
Yeah,
Like Migo was a bit before my time, but they're still pretty cool.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. Migos were always what like my great grandmother had at her house in a chest with like the Sasquatch from like what Big Ben,
Jim.
Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Ben.
That was the original for the Chewbacca 12-inch.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And he's just like, it's weird that like the Sasquatch has like a robot chest piece or something that comes off.
'Cause
You
why
know?
wouldn't
oh my
it?
gosh.
Was that the Big Jim one, or was that the Bigfoot from $1 Million Man, $6 Million Man?
I think it's a $6 million man one.
I thought it was Big Jim, but again, that's another one before my time.
I'm sure Big Jim fought a Sasquatch. Like he's Big Jim, right?
Yeah.
But
Weekend Fun.
yeah, no doubt. This next one is like that. Remember we talked about Crazy Car? It was like a Mr.
Oh,
T van.
Mighty Car.
Mighty Car.
Oh,
This
man.
one, I saw it and I was like, WTF, man. Like, what is this thing?
Okay, it's a
That's
Migos
incredible.
Superman head, I
Wow.
think.
It's like an airplane too.
Obviously, he's a space visitor because it says that, and he's an airplane, so he can visit from space.
I wish
That's
we could get
incredible.
more of the card back, like
Yeah.
more a different angle.
Yeah, I don't have a different angle, but I think it just says
No, I
space.
know. I was just saying, like in general, like if we could see,
A little more of it, and the
yeah,
artwork
if they
on
would,
it.
yeah.
I think with the bottom of it there, I think it's got a mechanism in it. You must pull it back. But could you
Yeah, it
imagine?
looks like it's got a friction motor or a wind up, or yeah,
Looks like a wind-up.
that's gorgeous. That's
Man.
just beautiful right there.
This is very
that would scare me
interesting.
if somebody wound that up and it came flying out of a room. I would be like, "What is that?"
No, if you ask me, there aren't enough vehicles with human heads on them.
Agreed.
That's it.
This is-
Tomorrow, I am putting a human head on my Jeep.
Oh god.
And then speaking of,
It's premeditated. Shush, shush, shush.
I didn't say a real head. I'm not gonna go chop someone's. It'd be like a fake head, like a I don't know.
Covering your tracks now.
There you go. Ooh, wink,
Fake head.
wink.
You guys are my alibi.
He was here the whole time.
We streamed for 47 hours straight. We
I
just
think, listen,
didn't
in
record it.
America, none of that stuff's even a crime, so it doesn't matter. People
Just cross
walk
the
away
border.
doing it. You see,
Oh,
our last two presidents are literally cartoon characters. It's crazy over here.
That is true, man. That is true. I don't know.
Please come save me.
We've got our own cartoon characters up here too.
Oh, they're
just-
not as
we don't-
bad.
We don't pay attention to. We're too busy.
Ours
chugging maple
was
syrup.
literally reality TV host. Like
He was.
he was,
The Apprentice. Is that what that ding dong? Did?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You got to look
It's
up his
something.
old. He did a Pizza Hut commercial in like the early '90s when him.
Yeah.
And his, oh, dude, it's so freaking funny, man. He like takes the last slice of pizza from his like ex-wife, and he's like, "You can't have this," and it's like, what? I guess it's only
Monetizing a divorce. Beautiful.
yeah. And these guys
He's
are check
pretty-
these dudes
pretty
out,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, Galaxy Cup. There's another. That's like a Dollar Tree, Dollarama.
wait. Their
Those are
armor goes on top of. Oh man,
That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Is that soft
Yeah.
goods, you think, on the Vader looking one?
Oh, I don't know. I bet you not. Yeah, well, it could be. Do you think it's probably cheaper to do soft goods than it is to do a molded
Yeah.
cape?
Yeah.
That would be awesome to have.
It's probably someone's old sock or something that they had kicking
Who
around.
cares? That'd be sweet. So cool.
Smell like your screwdrivers.
Sculpt looks decent on them as well. The detail is good, and I mean, there's proof right there that Hasbro doesn't need to be charging as much as they do for Black Series figures, because you've got a figure there with soft goods, multiple accessories, and a helmet, and that's probably going to be under $4.
Oh,
Easily.
no. Yeah, for
Amazing.
sure. But it's oh, dude, wait till you see this one, man. This was like, I don't know. I don't even know what I thought when I saw this.
That's
The Revengers.
it's just
See, those ones look custom.
yeah, like that's
Well,
like a straight up Toy Biz Hulk, and
Yeah.
And that's when I downloaded the picture, I was like, I'm gonna run this past the guys and see if they think it's like an actual like bootleg or someone like regular raccoon, like.
the Incredible Fella.
But that
Oh,
that
man.
CG generated Hulk face is the
That's-
grossest thing I've ever seen.
It looks like early Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Like
I was
Scorpion
gonna
King.
say that.
cosplay, Yeah.
The
Oh,
Rock dressed
man.
up as Hulk cosplay. That is exactly what that is.
That's what we need. Whoever has a membership to Midjourney, please pump in Incredible Hulk and Dwayne the Rock Johnson and get us some
Oh.
AI generated art.
Yeah,
I
you
was-
mentioned that. They'd have like
You beat me
1,000
to
fingers
it
and teeth.
twice.
Ah,
Did you see? Oh, dude,
Great
if you
idea.
haven't seen it yet, watch the AI generated Will Smith eating a taco.
No.
It is the
No.
I don't
creepiest.
fucking do that.
Dude,
I
it's
saw
the
the AI
creepiest,
generated
like-
pizza
I don't like that.
commercial.
That sounds
saw
like a
that.
weird movie.
Taco.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pizza
dude.
Hug.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm so bothered
Oh.
by that immensely. I haven't eaten pizza in ages because of it.
I'm bothered by all of this right
Yeah,
now.
it's all terrible.
It's all
Which is-
bad.
Yeah, we've completely warped you. Like these Canadians have just destroyed your psyche with their ridiculous toys up here.
Oh,
Well, we don't-
man.
we're
I'm
always
not that
teasing.
far away. I mean, I'm right
Oh
here.
yeah, you're not. You're
I'm
actually not
just
that
a lake away, man.
far. Just a
Literally
lake.
like an hour and a half. Like I can get to you guys in, I think, well, hour 45. I could be in
It would-
Canada.
yeah, it
So
would probably take me as long as it takes me to drive to Toronto to drive to your house. I probably.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not-
it's that last like 2 kilometers into Toronto that takes about an hour. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Or
Hey,
Milton.
But
Just-
I would say best strip clubs I've ever been to. So thank you
Oh,
for
in
that.
Canada.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes, when you're in London, Ontario, make sure you check out the Beef Baron.
Where did I don't remember. I went to Golden something, but it was incredible. And they had like a bar across the street that had a pound burger. It was crazy. Crazy. Amazing. I was very young, so it was many, many years ago.
Years ago. Yeah, it was like 5 or 6.
20
I was
years
at the
ago.
strip club. My dad left me with the strippers for a babysitter. So
Well, I
And
was
then-
like, I didn't know like the whole like because you guys have coins for your dollars, right?
and our $2.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, so how do you do the strip club? That's weird. Do you give them change? Like you're just like, like I didn't know.
that's why
It's
we have
really
free
weird.
Medicare for.
You just
pay them
throw a
in-
roll of them at
Yeah.
them.
But I want to say they took it seriously, the women, and they put on a show, and I was entertained. So it was really
Hey, we're
cool.
nothing if not professional.
There was hands down. You come here, it is a slop show. It's messy. It's don't come here. Not for that. Run.
We'll just go down for the toys and then straight back up.
yeah, straight
You,
back.
you guys still have Toys R Us too. We don't.
We do.
Ah,
but
yes,
their
we do.
prices are stupid.
Yeah, but
Really?
you know what?
It's
Yeah.
I talked.
They're
it's
starting
not
to
the
correct.
Toys R Us you knew.
No.
No,
I-
Like,
man.
like a single like G.I. Joe Classifieds figure was going up to $44 Canadian. Just
Yeah.
recently, they've started to reverse their pricing, but yeah, no, Toys R Us is not jet free.
No.
You know,
Yeah,
hanging
they have a
out and-
limited selection. Their
Yeah.
prices are astronomically high. Anything that you want from their collector's corner, they're going to limit how much you can buy. Unfortunately, due to
'Cause
the
we had-
scalpers that are
yeah.
in the area, we have a lot of scalpers.
Because
So
we have
it
terrible distribution here.
Mhm.
Distribution in
Wow.
Canada is trash, which
Yeah,
was
it's
a point I
awful.
was going to make about the whole bootleg situation between the U.S. and
Mhm.
Canada. Is the distribution of bootlegs in the States was a bit better than in Canada, which is why even up here it's harder to find them because we even got less. So, when you're
Do you
seeing tons
think
of Galaxy Heroes and everything else down there, it's just, there's more there than there was here.
that we get more bootlegs in from you from the north or from the south? Like, what do
Probably
you think?
south. I don't think we got a lot of manufacturers
Because I
for
say like
bootlegs here.
Yeah.
when I would get like luchador stuff, like you know what I mean, there'd be a lot of
Yeah, but a lot of
stuff like that.
the
More,
companies that like a lot of manufacturing was happening in like South America,
Mhm.
yeah.
but they
So it's
had
probably
like
cheaper to get through.
up and definitely a lot cheaper.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
there's still a huge amount of it in Asia and Eastern Europe, which is why you got the stuff like in Turkey and Polish bootlegs were huge for a couple different lines. So it came around, but there wasn't a ton of manufacturing of toys here, other than like the Irwin company in Toronto had a big
Mhm.
thing, and what was the other one that was in Toronto? Irwin was
Um,
huge.
Irwin, there was Regal. Gosh, a lot of it was produced under FW Woolworth as well. So you'll find a lot of toys
Ooh.
that were put out under the Woolworth logo, but they were
I like it
manufactured
already.
offsite. I think, yeah, like most of what I have ever seen is coming from China. The only time that I do see any of the bootlegs that are coming from South America is usually online. I don't think I've found any in the wild yet.
Mhm.
It's either from Taiwan or it's from China or depending on how
Malaysia.
old the item is, Hong Kong.
Well, like other than these like homegrown guys, like even Dom last night talked about this armies of Ashmore like Kickstarter. Other
Mhm.
than these independent guys, I think the last line that was actually made in the U.S. was the original GI Joe line. It was made by Hasbro in the U.S. But I think I don't see anything with that U.S. logo on it anymore. It's just way
Like actually
cheaper.
getting manufactured? No.
Yeah,
No,
it's way
no.
cheaper to do it overseas, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so we're getting sort of on the hour mark here, but there's another bootleg and some other stuff I want to go over here quick. But this is a franchise that I love, and I actually thought these were really cool looking. Like as a customizer,
Wow.
like that, it's like
That's amazing.
It's a cross
Alien
between
and
an alien
Predator?
and a predator. Like it's really
Yeah.
cool. And I think, and
I
these,
love it.
I think
amazing.
these are,
Obviously, as a customizer, love it.
yeah. And these are, I'm pretty sure I read that these are like Mexican bootlegs. But like
Mexico has some great bootlegs. A lot of them,
Wow.
especially for the old ones, were like blow mold or rotocast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, a lot of the
okay,
Milter
guys.
stuff.
So school me real quick. If I'm now interested in doing this, let's say I'm
Stop.
asking for
Don't
a
even-
friend. Just let me ask for a friend. Where would I start? Where would I look it up? eBay. If I go on eBay, what am I looking for? Do I put reboot 3 3/4 or not reboot, but you know what I mean? Like what do I do?
eBay would be one source, but eBay is a
Mercari.
very saturated market. Mercari is good. eBlueJay.com.
Yeah.
A lot of things that I find as well on fatfingers.com, which will search eBay for typos. And that sometimes will yield some results that don't come up under the regular searches.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
making notes.
see?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I'm definitely
saying.
watching this later. Like I've done that before.
The most
where
brilliant
yeah.
minds right here. That's why I
Here we
threw it
go.
out there.
Another good one is Etsy.
Etsy, yeah.
The pricing has gone a little bit off, but because it was an artisan's market, but it's gotten kind of taken over by bit of toys and other stuff. You can find some good stuff there. Poshmark weirdly has a ton of toys, but I think aside from those options, we don't have a lot of them here in Canada. But swap meets and flea markets are fire spots to go and find bootlegs.
If any flea markets still exist, when you go to
I
them
think
now,
this-
it's just batteries and socks
I
and
don't know. I think in the States it's still
unlicensed
a big
blankets.
thing. If you hit the right spots and you're in the right
Mhm.
state where there's a lot of it. I still see a lot of, like, I follow a lot of accounts on Instagram where it's like every day it's, you know, flea markets going like every day of the week and estate sales. And
Yeah,
those,
yeah,
those are
estate
the
sales.
honeypots. So
Yeah.
But yeah, this was my favorite. I love this one. This
you
one just
saved to
like,
the end.
yeah, this one pops. Like,
Beautiful.
check this
Oh,
out.
wow. Great color.
Now, is that translucent? The armor?
I don't think it is. I think they just like colored
really
it the same
cool.
color as Predator
Mm.
blood.
Really
It
aggressive.
almost
going
looks like the
Wow.
was it Leonard that recently got the Aliens and
Yeah.
Predators
Yeah.
They're killing
franchise
it, man.
again?
I
It's
think they're killing it.
it's crazy that
They're
they're back.
doing pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
Well-
almost like Chap May, but they're a little bit more
Yeah.
high quality.
For my world building, I went out, I bought a bunch of those the alien loader suit,
Mhm.
and when I got them, I just stripped this. They put a minigun on it, like that's only useful if you're loading like prisoners or something. Like,
Yeah.
so I stripped that off and like weathered it, and it actually looks really good. And it
Oh
was
my
only
gosh.
I think I got it for $12, and it comes with this. I don't know if I've got him here, but this little green alien, and he's got ball joints, and he's really articulated. I was actually really shocked, man.
Yeah, the pricing on those Leonard are really good.
I
Considering
have to
Dude.
I have to dive back into your page and see some stuff, man. Because when I saw some video today, I was blown away. I was like, "Oh my, it's so much all at once, too." I feel like you need multiple minutes that you can put up of each section because there's so much detail. Like I was like, "Wait, go back." Like it was crazy, man. I'm a fan. It's nuts.
No, that's cool. Thanks, man. But you know, it's years of world building. Like you
Yeah,
start out with things like when I started into it, it was more like, and no, I don't mean him any offense, but you know how Dom sets up for those quick tabletop games,
yeah,
like really crude, like walls. That's more what my world building was like, say, like 6-7 years ago. But then I found Empire Toy Works, and as soon as you see a guy like that, you're just like, oh, I have to be like that guy. I
It's
have to be as good
insane.
as that. Like it's inspirational, right? It
Yeah.
drives you to kind of go further. Where you know, like you guys say, Scott and Simon, they're on a different kind of spectrum as far
yeah.
as collecting, where they're, you know, you guys have your nice setups and stuff, and I do that too. But I think it's like
Yeah.
that just a little bit of separation between the world builders and like say your museum style or you know your just regular
Well,
collector.
I build dioramas, but I don't build them to the extent that you do. My dioramas usually will end up, being relegated to the size of one shelf in an IKEA Detolf display case, as opposed to building an
Entire
entire
basement?
universe.
The
Yeah,
entire
yeah,
basement.
completely
yeah.
different.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to talk with Chris from Empire, and it's on my YouTube. And like the first 5 minutes is just audio, but the next like hour plus is video and audio. But yeah, if you guys ever want to check it out, he's really nice. So really good
Yeah, I
guy.
want to check it out. I did shoot out an invite like a while ago to talk to him or whatever, but like I
Yeah.
realized things get buried on Instagram, especially when
Well,
you're that guy. He's probably getting a
Yeah,
thousand.
and from when I was communicating with him like weekly, it was more like once a week he'll get back to everything and post everything and then post everything for sale on eBay same day. So it was more of he worked all week on everything and then social media one day or
Yeah.
2 days and
Yeah,
then
I
worked
get
on
that
everything.
too.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think that's
I
like he
wish
took
he could-
photos along the way and then just dropped everything, like dumped everything on one day. So that's how our communication was. Because I would ask him like 1 to 2 questions instead of like 6, because I know he wasn't going to read all that. So
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
that stuff was very quick. He was very humble, very nice. Yeah, I ended up getting drunk while we were talking, so that was really good. No, I don't think you can notice. I noticed when I was editing the next day. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was like fanboying out. I was like, "I got this piece from you. It's really cool at the bottom." And like, I don't know. It's probably not that bad, but yeah, he's really, really cool guy.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Sometimes when the band plays shows, we'll do a set and it'll be like, yeah, we friggin' killed it, but we're like 6 beers in, right? By the time we get on stage. And then you watch the videos later on, you're like, a little bit tone deaf there, maybe. Ooh, yeah.
It was so
But-
bad. It was like right when the I think it was like right when the pandemic started, or like right around the same, like when this COVID started. It was like right around that time when like everything for toys was really getting big for my stuff, and then yeah, he was really cool and came on. So I had it all set up in here, and like I really didn't have the world put together yet, so I didn't have much to show him, but he was really nice about it, so it was cool.
No, I've heard he's a cool dude. I wish he did more YouTube videos, but just kind of keeps her low profile, I guess. But hey, so we're going on an hour. Does anybody have any Star Wars or any other pickups that they got recently that they're like super stoked for?
I got two. I'll do a Star Wars one first. I picked up the new Black Series Mandalorian Luke.
Nice.
Oh,
which
that's
is
really nice,
great
actually.
figure. The articulation is getting a lot better because now they can do the two-handed saber action.
Very cool.
Sculpt is great. Cloth goods are way better than they used to be with the older ones. And
Nice.
then the next one took a while to show up here, but the new Keaton Batman from McFarlane.
Dude,
Huge.
put him up to the camera. I gotta see him before I buy him. Oh yeah,
That's not bad. That's
No.
not bad. I mean, if you're looking at that versus the NECA, I mean that looks really
And-
decent.
I've seen a lot of people take the NECA head and put it on the McFarlane.
Well,
figure.
I'm thinking
Oh.
I'm thinking of doing that because I picked up the young Barry in the modified return suit.
I love that.
And because it's frustrating because they sculpted the cowl piece in, but I have
What's
one
it
of
look
those
like?
KO NECAs. It looks pretty decent. Like it's a pretty fun figure. The head sculpt is trash because the ebbs and flows of how McFarlane does it. Like they'll get some bang on like the Shazam, and then this one's just garbage.
Yeah.
But this costume,
Looks so
like,
good.
they've never done a returns
that looks
figure.
killer.
Mhm.
It's awesome. So I'm hoping to repaint it, and then maybe take the NECA head, put the NECA bootleg head on that I've got, and then get like a proper Batman Returns figure in 7-inch scale. So pretty happy
Sweet.
with that.
And you have to get a stand too because you got to have him running.
Well, not if he's Batman. He'll just stand there and be awesome.
He's the Flash,
Stand
though,
like-
isn't he?
Yeah, no, but I'm
Is
telling
he
you, I'm
Batman
gonna,
or is he the
oh,
Flash?
he is. But I'm gonna.
What's going on?
I'm gonna strip all the paint down and paint him black and
Yeah.
put
You know what
The,
would
the
be
chest
cool?
area looks like
You know what-
Batman there.
Oh,
You know, it'd
well,
be
it's a
really-
return suit, eh? So
Yeah.
he's got
it's
the Nike boots and the whole bit.
Wow.
The really cool like a good buck to use too also would be from the Pattinson Batman, like maybe like use pieces from both.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
I
might
looked at
work,
that. The armor is a lot different.
Is
for
it?
him, and yeah, a lot of it's a lot bulkier. So this is
Okay.
like kind of perfect to go with one of those knockoff NECAs.
Hey, that's gonna be
Which I
cool,
got.
man.
It'll be nice when I get together. I haven't done a custom in years, but
Tag me. I want to see it, man. That's
do.
exciting.
Yep.
That's awesome.
all
So
right.
those
What
are
do
mine.
you got?
That's so
anything,
cool.
Simon, you want to show off or anything you got?
The
You
only
showed
thing
off-
I got
You showed off some
recently,
cherries there before, man. Go.
the another Dollarama find was these really cool blister packed micro transformers, which if you're making dioramas or want them for like your movie edition Ninja Turtles to play with, really cool, and they come on their own little card backs, which is neat.
Yeah, I just picked up a ton of those to do. I'm building a toy
Really
store.
cool.
I'm building
They're
a toy
so
store
cool.
in my world, so I've got those are like absolutely perfect for it.
Yeah,
Dollarama's
they're
been
great.
killing it with figures lately between those and the Marvel Legends retros and
Oh yeah,
the
Yeah.
Mirrorverse McFarlane Disney figures. Just
Yeah, no,
unreal.
yes. They've also had some Disney premium figures in there, Bing Bong from Inside
Bing
Out,
Bong.
Bugs
Bing
Life,
Bong.
and they're really highly articulated, really faithful sculpts, high quality figures compared to what they normally have, which is that Montoy garbage.
oh, there's
That's,
Transformers they have there. The bootleg
Yeah.
Transformers at the dollar store are the worst.
Oh yeah.
They're not
they're
even worth.
awful.
They're not even worth buying to repaint into something cool. Like they're just trash.
No. they break the first time you try and modify them or change them or any kind of transformer action on it. They're awful. It's probably because of the 3 cents worth of plastic they've invested into them.
You're being generous.
Right on. But so my thing that I did today, I went to Toys R Us and they were having like an awesome sale.
Mhm.
And then what I did was I
So retail.
I picked up a no.
Yeah.
These were actually, it was buy one for $13 and the second one was 40% off.
40% off, yeah.
Yeah, it was,
What?
it was clearance.
I bought
Other
a ton of
clearance stuff.
these. I bought a ton of these Axe Wolves
Nice.
to make
No.
make into custom Mandalorians.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Those are
I can
Nice.
send you if you went, Zilla, if you want. I bought like,
Crazy.
a lot of them.
Oh, that's
It
all
was
right.
like such a cheap deal. And the other
After
thing
no, because we have to do international shipping, which costs extra now. So
Yeah.
it's so stupid. But I could drive to you. It's
I
crazy.
was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna go down shortly and see Pirates of the Galaxy because he's down in Toronto. So he's only like an hour and 45 minutes away. And then you were telling me where you were, and I'm like, oh geez, she's probably closer
Yeah.
than
So if this is the mitten, right? I don't know. So I'm right here. I'm in the Bay.
yeah,
The Bay
okay.
City. So I'm right in here, right in this area.
Oh,
If
okay.
that's Michigan, yeah. So
Oh,
I can go
Scott-
like here. Boop. That's the quickest way.
Oh, okay.
I know it's
Good.
hard. That's what we do. It's a weird thing.
So, and the other thing I picked up today, I wasn't gonna get them, but I like the design, was the Yondu,
Nice.
the Toys R Us exclusive
Oh,
Yondu.
nice.
Nice.
I have the 3 3/4 one up in my world right now. He's in the market down there.
Yeah, I saw him in one of your videos, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I missed that figure because I had the 3 3/4 one when I did
That's so
Thor
cool that
Legend.
they made it in 6-inch.
and
Dude, I might have to get that one.
it's I think it's what is it, Target exclusive in the States and
Are
Toys R Us.
is he butterfly joints on that?
I haven't opened them yet. Actually, it's that windowless packaging, so I don't even know if he's in there.
Oh,
It's been swapped with a Dollarama figure.
I hope so.
There's a Space Warrior
really
inside
do.
there for sure.
yes! How did they know?
The worst I've had with windowless packaging is Moon Knight had 2 of the same fists on his body when I took him out of the box. I was like, well, I wanted to hold his staff anyway, so that's a way of justifying their mistake, I guess.
That stinks.
But Wenzilla, do you have anything you want to show off? Anything in hand? Or?
I picked up some Rangers this week, the 30th anniversary ones, the blue and yellow. We got camera, like it's mirrored. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we got Blue Ranger.
Nice.
Cool.
So the difference is just some of the paintwork, and they're pinless. So, and then I got Yellow Ranger, and there is a remedy on to fix the neck issue, and I think I'm going to be doing a video on that because I only do YouTube videos and stuff if it's something new that I can show, or if it's something that I haven't seen anyone talk about yet. Like I did the Guardians of the Galaxy, the 4-inch line.
Those are really cool. Actually,
I saw no one did a video on it. I was like, oh, damn it! All right, I have to do a video because someone has to talk about this. I was like, this is not a review. I was like, but we're gonna open these up and take a look and just show scale, how they scale up with other stuff, and then toy photos at the end. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a video on that. I don't know when, but probably probably like a month or so, probably 2 weeks. I don't know, but yeah. And then I also got Common Rider. I got the zombie guy in, so figure arts.
Cool.
But
See,
yeah, nothing.
That's the line I just recently kind of like started looking into because it was like kind of that like precursor, kind of the same time as the Power Rangers. Like I was a bit like after toys, like I was more into like playing in bands and chasing girls around and stuff.
Yeah,
that's
You
when
took your
Power
break.
Rangers kind of hit. Yeah,
so all my friends say the same thing because I hang out with a little bit older crew, and it's always like, yeah, well, when you were on the floor with your Power Rangers, I was on the couch with your sister and stuff. I'm like, man, shut up! Like, it's not cool. Like, damn you! I was like, it wasn't in my house. It wasn't like that. He's like, oh, it was. Like,
oh shit. But so anyways, it was like, yeah, we're pushing like an hour and 15 here, so I'm gonna probably get going. Thank you so much for Wenzilla for filling in for 3D Vintage tonight. Pleasure, Scott. Thank you for coming out. Simon, it was great to see you. I haven't seen you for
And we're doing
ages.
next week, right? Next Friday?
Yes,
that-
yes.
Is that
You
it?
are
Yes.
my co-host on the is that the 19th? I think
I
you're my
know.
co-host on the 19th.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out after this. But I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming out. We'll figure it out. We'll let
Here,
you know
guys.
what's going
Here's
on Instagram.
Amrak spot.
So
Boom.
follow all these guys on Instagram. Amrak Spot Wentzilla. Check out Relics and Retro on Instagram and Viva Scott Davis. And yeah, thanks again and take it easy.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye for now.
Take care.
Bye.
Right, we're clear. Hey, some people
Ooh.
do that. Some people just bail completely when you finish the live stream. It's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
But maybe he doesn't. I
Ah.
think it was the other Rob too that didn't realize that you could like kind of hang around afterwards. And he just like blasted
Bailed.
out. But no,
Oh
I
my gosh.
honestly can't stick around too much longer tonight. I got to be up early in the morning. I guess you
Yeah,
do
me.
too, Scott.
Yeah.
But
Do that.
But yeah,
cool.
thanks.
Thanks, guys. Thanks
thanks,
for
Josh, for coming out.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
There were some good laughs. My cheeks are kind of sore.
Dude,
Yeah.
you guys are awesome. I haven't seen any. I was not faking any of that shit. Like all of that was true. That's exactly how I am. Like, holy shit. I was blown away by all of that. It'd be cool to just drop one of them in Amrak spot and just take some shots. And I have some weird stuff my friend sent me from the dollar store. He did like dollar store customs and he'd put them up on eBay from like the rare edition.